You and I. It's a vibration. You know, everybody got a story. Ours is just more interesting.
Now Red Rover, bring some bad chicks over. I'm feeling kinda lucky like a 4-leaf clover. Nah, man, after luck, I'ma tell you it's all about the skill. If you good and you know it, then you know it's real. I keep my head high, never hanging down low, cause all these undercover niggas on the down low. And I ain't spitting lies, I'm just spitting facts. I see y'all be trying to get like me, cause I got lines of crack. Dope gang, killing any nigga that ain't got our back. Funny ass rappers have me laughing, so I call them Cat Williams. Like Serena, pockets gon' be fat. On 100 mil, Joe Johnson, imagine that. Now everybody expect to make it because they rap. Quit school to chase music, they falling in the trap. But once I jump up and make it, I'm never looking back. I started from nothing, telling them look at that. The sky is the limit, that's where I'ma finish. Started at the bottom, but the top is where I'm ending. The sky is the limit, that's where I'ma finish. Started at the bottom, but the top is where I'm ending. The sky is the limit, that's where I'ma finish. Started at the bottom, but the top is where I'm ending. The sky is the limit, that's where I'ma finish. Started at the bottom, but the top is where I'm ending.
Yeah, started at the bottom, I could barely see the top. And I got a couple fans who can't wait for me to drop. Only fucking with them niggas who was with me from the start. I'm a star, don't believe me, nigga, we know who we are. Different day, but it's still the same story though. Yeah, I'm fucking talented, these niggas still ignore me though. Bitches do the same thing and I ain't even pressing them. I've been working hard as fuck, I guess they ain't impressing them. I'ma keep on doing me until I get this check to come. And I don't even need no step to show you that I'm stepping up. Oh, you don't believe in me, then get left with the rest of them. It's being fresh up in this bitch and dope gang to the death of us. At the bottom while I'm staring at the top. All these niggas think they got it, just embarrassing to watch. I done had it for a minute, give it everything I gotta. Put my all into this music, ain't no nigga say I'm not.
The sky is the limit, that's where I'ma finish. Started at the bottom, but the top is where I'm ending. The sky is the limit, that's where I'ma finish. Started at the bottom, but the top is where I'm ending. The sky is the limit, that's where I'ma finish. Started at the bottom, but the top is where I'm ending. The sky is the limit, that's where I'ma finish. Started at the bottom, but the top is where I'm ending.
Yeah.
You know what that means. Let me know if you can hear me. Give me some bells in the chat. Let's get this thing going.
Yeah. Look, go on the beat. I get to work. I put it down. I did it first. I'm an artist, not a rapper. Don't confuse it. You can hear it in my music. Ask anyone I'm cool with. I ain't making music just to do it. Trying to get my mama mansion. She can kick it where the pool is. But for now, we just living it day by day. Turn the speakers on and listen to daylight.
All right, I think I'm heard. I'm not seen, but I'm heard, right? Listen, to start this thing off proper like, it's always an intro to be had.
God is dawn. Like and subscribe. Comment some night. Loving this light. Just God is dawn. God is dawn. God is dawn.
Peace, world, peace. Yes, welcome back. I am Goddess Dawn, the warrior. Yes, don't get that confused. And we are back. I am back live, coming to you live from LA. It's Thursday, August 26th, and we are day 7 into this R. Kelly Rico trial out of the Eastern District of New York. We're talking federal trial, and we're here for all of it. So give me 1 second. We need some energy. You know, it's kind of a long day. I had a lot going on today. I didn't get as much time as I'd like to with regard to research, but we're going to talk about it. I have a whole team of support, so we should be good, right? As a matter of fact, let me go ahead and drop that link now that I say that. I don't want to lose my people. I feel like if they don't get this link, I might not hear from them. No, I'm kidding. have awesome people with me here. All right. So I'm waiting on some people to come in, y'all. We got a lot to talk about. We had new testimony today, new witnesses. We had a new victim witness. I hate to say that. A new survivor witness and a new employee witness. And if there's anything I'm missing in that, we will fill it in as much as we can, right? And I'm going to also invite you all in the chat to give us the insight. Some of y'all have been hopping around these channels, probably going to those channels that are dropping that transcript info, right? So feel free to let us know if there's any missing pieces to our puzzle tonight. And feel free to join the panel. Yeah, it's an open panel. You know what I'm saying? We have some OGs up here, but we do welcome new opinions, new thoughts, as long as you're respectful. And it's kind of a hashtag smart people only situation also. So if you feel intimidated by that, which you shouldn't, hopefully, I would just say stay in the chat, please, or the bushes. But if you, and now I'm so grateful because I'm grateful to be here myself. I'm thankful to the breaths in my body, to my God, my creator, who is allowing me here today with you all out here listening. So, wow. All right. So like I said, I need to bring this energy up and I need my people up in here. I dropped the link, I think. Did I? Let me check. Yeah, I think I did. Maybe I didn't. Hold on. There we go. All right. You know, you guys have been hearing some music this week. Some of you guys know that I do manage an artist. He happens to be my son. I call him the kid, but he goes by PJ Corleone. So, but what I've been playing is a throwback. It's the first mixtape he had out with one of his crew, Fresh, who was a producer, rapper, and singer, apparently. But yeah, they were just out of high school at the time, you know, messing around in the studio, messing around in the basement studio. And they put together this music. And so I'm playing it because my artist is coming out with his new project, his fourth, tomorrow. So with that being said, I'm celebrating the throwback music and celebrating just artistry in general. The song I played is called Limitless in the beginning. I thought that was, I might play it back because it just reminds me of people who have dreams and who, you know, are actually striving for their dreams and who have, you know, big expectations for themselves. And I think about these Jane Does and these John Does, people who once had, you know, the sky's the limit. You know, that was the feeling and the mentality, especially when you're young in your teens. You haven't had that many things, usually. Some people have, but things knocking you down. So you still have a very bright outlook. But then you come across an R. Kelly and things take, you know, kind of a left. And I always want to bring up Miss Joy. Can we get some yellow hearts for Joy, y'all? And like I said, let's bring up the energy. I'm waiting for my people. So let's put on a little bit of battle music because we are still in a battle. I'm listening to these people on the other side, the supporters, still telling lies, still misleading people who, you know, trust them for information, which I find to be horrible. But I'm never going to steer you wrong. I promise. We'll get into this stuff.
We the dopest, dopest. 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 Get up.
Bitches, we got 'em. Niggas, we riding, blowing shit up. Making big things, we plotting, now taking over the game. Weak niggas, we stopping. Now I can make a name full of fame, roll around and pay for the other things that makes the fame. All the fakes and haters, I know they see me throw the deuces, then I see them later. Everybody asking questions like, what's up with Frazier? On that new shit, I got some new chicks. I'm making new hits, man, I thought you knew this. You want the realness, fresh, I am the realest. Real nigga talking in the sick, the effing illest. Ill shit, spitting,
Hey,
y'all niggas ain't wait till they call it some rope shit. All about the fame, welcome try some level cold shit. Stacking dollar bills, too much money, I can't fold it.
Yes, we are here. It is 7 days of trial, 7 days of testimony, 7 days of revelation, things that are horrible and disgusting and mind-boggling, but things that have actually taken place in real life. You gotta give these people love and energy and light so they can keep going. Got a long way to go.
And if you don't, it's because you niggas ain't listening. First place, so don't ever ask for my position. Next king of my city, gotta keep my city. Bet I beat anybody I meet to see in my city. I wanna be in my city. If you ain't chilling with me, I'm a villain, a beast, and I be killing the beast. Cause I be murdering tracks with my snapback on. Go home, fuck your bitch and put my hat back on. I'm the man, don't make me say it again. Got a lot of niggas hating, I ain't playing with them. I'm the best, so I'm playing my jams. In the crib or the whip and wherever I am. Never been in the Navy, but I'm a veteran and you can compare me to them and see how much better I am. Yeah,
Dopest,
get up, get up, get up.
we the dopest,
Get up, get up, get up.
we the dopest,
Get up.
Yes, thank you for the hearts. Thank you for the energy.
we the dopest.
I'm gonna spend a little bit of time talking about some things I honestly am tired of talking about. Don't want to talk about it, to be honest. Kind of over it, to be honest. Kind of feel like the jury has enough and they can make their own assessment of conviction at this point. And yeah, I have people here. Let's see here. Let's see. Yes, Love Warriors here.
yes, got it.
What's going on?
Oh, I'm ready for tonight. I'm excited. Enjoy bringing the jam. We the dopest. We the dopest. We the dopest. We the
I heard
dopest.
you saying
Stay savage. Let's go. Warriors.
Yes, I'm loving it. What's going on, Baby Yoda?
Baby Yoda is doing good.
Yes, Baby Yoda's in the building. The
Miss
judge.
Della.
The judge.
Hey, Miss P.
Yay, Miss Della. Here come the judge. Here come the judge. Yes.
The judge says she's running on fumes. I feel like I kind of feel the same way in a sense. I felt good a little while ago, but I had some errands to run and you know what I'm saying? I wasn't able to really dig into today's news, but I'm noticing there's less and less news as the day goes on. And I wanted to address that just because I heard people saying, see, people, the news doesn't even care anymore because they know he's innocent. I think it's quite the opposite. I think it's more so we're convinced. We'll wait for them to catch up and we'll be back at you when the jury comes back. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of how I feel at this point.
Yeah.
JC said if Joy testifies next week, then that means the prosecution will be done presenting the case and the defense will be presenting theirs. Okay, so what are you saying? She's the last witness if she testifies. Okay, so she's the first. Are you saying she's the first for the defense? Is that what you're saying? Lucky Penny said, I passed out before ending yesterday's recap, but not tonight. Miss Della.
Lucky Penny.
Yes. Tonight, I feel like it's like a Friday night. Tomorrow, there's no court. Court is closed tomorrow, so there's a 3-day weekend. Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Damn. It's like a second damn job. R. Kelly ain't paying nobody's bills. You know what I'm saying? We'll talk about that. Yeah, we're going to talk about that. And JC said if cameras were allowed, they would be all, yeah. They would be all over it. I think part of it too, and I've said this, because the judge, didn't allow the press to come in the court, and they lobbied for the access, and she said no. They filed a legal motion. She said no. So I think they're kind of acting like 2-year-olds, a little bit of well, if I can't have it my way, I'm not gonna fuck with it, basically. It's kind of how I feel a little bit too. But wait a minute, what, J-Man? Barry finally admitted it. Okay, what did he admit exactly? I'm curious, and where did he admit this? Because I need to know. They have said that she is testifying for the defense. Someone said on here that she is testifying next week. I'm surprised, so okay. Goldie Bay, welcome back. Well, he admitted to the Aaliyah marriage. Okay, well, what choice does he have at this point? He's kind of backed into a corner, and he kind of looks stupid if he would deny it at this point. You know what I'm saying? I don't know when this actually came out, but he's been out speaking quite a bit recently. It's weird. I don't know. Let's see where we at. So yeah, let's share some stuff. First, we can't forget this.
Bring it on in. Bring it in now. Bring it in. Bring it in. Roll it in. Roll it in.
There we go. Let that roll. Let's let that roll again. Yeah, let's roll again. Again, please. Again.
Oh my God.
The evidence train is rolling, baby. Hey, so as you can see, look, there's no lack of evidence in this case. The man has been held behind bars for more than 2 years. He couldn't get bail. They tried 8 times, including the higher court. And it was a no after a no after a no. So I just want to put that out there, because people who want to come into my comments, tell me that he's innocent, tell me that we're lying, that the witnesses are lying. I want you to know there's evidence. Evidence constitutes proof. You understand? So,
and they corroborating everything. They corroborating everything.
I'm not trying to hurt people's feelings, but I'm sorry, not sorry. You got to wake up at some point. So it's better to do the slow wake up, I think, than maybe get hit in the head. So maybe you should just start looking at some stuff. Okay, so, there's been a lot of talk about Aaliyah lately. I know Dame Dash had a little interview yesterday, and we're going to talk about what he said. And people are, it was the 20th anniversary of her passing, the other day, yesterday or the day before. And it stirs up things every time. But now that the music is being released again, people are perked up. I didn't think federal court, you can even request it. The Supreme Court is the reason cameras aren't allowed. So what's up, y'all? What's up? What's up? What's up? Love Warrior.
Trial, of course.
Listen, you said you were going to send me something. I never got no emails, sweetie. Just letting you know. So I don't know if you sent them. Maybe you didn't hit send.
I sent you a few emails.
I didn't have nothing right before I went live. But I'm gonna send them right quick. What I wanted was the news clip that kind of was an overall summary, because the one I have sounds.
Yeah, I didn't see that.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm gonna play what I got.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. Let's go with it.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
Let's get it.
Let me find it. Oh, wait. Did we start? We got to start off with this first, obviously. Check it out.
I am handcuffed like a lot of you motherfuckers. I'm handcuffed by my destiny. It's too late. They should have did this shit 30 years ago. It's too late. The music has been injected into the world. Okay? I hired my motherfucking self. I want to propose a toast to all the strong motherfuckers in here right now.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Motherfuckers like you is why I still continue to do what I do. As long as I got the ball, the world is open.
And clearly he no longer has the ball. So I guess we can all rest easy that we no longer have to be on defense. That's right.
Yeah.
That's right. Fuck R. Kelly. So that's for Miss Della. Child. I wouldn't hear the end of it. All right, so let's get into what happened today. Now this news recap, it seems to focus more on the Jane Doe than it does the engineer, but I did do a separate video about the engineer earlier today, a short little 8-minute little thing. So you might want to catch that for those details. We'll recap him though, but I'm just saying, let's see.
Yeah, that video was good. It brought the facts and details on the engineer. It was good. So y'all make sure y'all go check that out.
Thank you. Yeah, because when I saw the article, I was like, oh, the people got to know this right now, right here, right now. All right, I think I can find it. It's hard for me to find the videos to share because I got more tabs up. All right, let's see. Okay.
Good evening and thank you for joining me here on Black News Tonight. I'm Mark Lamont Hill. We start tonight with continuing coverage of the R. Kelly trial. Testimony today from Kelly's former road manager and a woman named Stephanie, who says she met Kelly when she was just 17. BNC's Dre Clark has the latest.
Stephanie told jurors she was a 17-year-old high school student in 1998 when she first met R. Kelly at a McDonald's in Chicago that he was known for frequenting. She said Kelly had someone give her his phone number, but she threw it away. A year later, she went to see Kelly at a Nike store where he was making an appearance. She says she wanted to talk to Kelly about a friend who was a singer. Stephanie said Kelly agreed to listen to her friend, but he wanted to get to know her first. 2 weeks later, Stephanie said she met Kelly at a Chicago sound studio and they had sex. She said they continued having sex for 6 months. She said Kelly was two-faced. One side, very nice, the other side, very controlling, and that he put the fear of God in her when he was upset. She said Kelly recorded some of their sexual encounters and she felt humiliated because he would tell her where to stand and what to do. And if she didn't do it the right way, he would become irate. She even testified Kelly gave her $300 to buy clothes so she could dress like the actress Sharon Stone. And after she turned 18, she said she had sex with R. Kelly one last time in Orlando, Florida, where he was recording. She said he arranged the travel to Florida for her and a friend. The last time she said she actually spoke with Kelly was in 1999, when she asked him for the sex tapes they recorded or destroy them together. But she never got the tapes back. In New York, I'm Dre Clark for Black News Tonight.
So I kind of have wait. I have a little question. Is she Caucasian? We don't know, huh?
I don't know.
I get the feeling. I mean, it does for this case. It means something. I'm just saying. Okay, what were you gonna say, huh?
Right.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, I was just saying for the supporters. Here is a victim we are not as familiar with because she's a victim that did not come out and share her story. We don't, So here's another victim, number 3, or Jane Doe 3 that's sharing a story that sounds the same story has been out there. So, what do the supporters have to say about this victim that they haven't been able to dox, attack, abuse, get obsessed with, blow up, or commit arson on the car, you know, make videos, put out all that? What do we got to say about that?
Seems like the same pattern.
Yeah, it's a pattern. It's a pattern. Here we are again, basically following the yellow brick road, basically.
That's,
know what I'm saying?
Right, Miss Stella.
She also said that you know, because she had past trauma in her life, she had low self-esteem. He took advantage of that. You know,
yeah, the sketch. I need to get that
perform sex acts on, you know, sex acts. She even said one time he left in the middle of the sex act and told her to remain in the same pose for hours until he returned.
Oh my God. Now that's it. So she supposed to do the mannequin challenge, not for 2 or 3 minutes, but 2 to 3 hours or longer.
She said sometimes she would remain in that pose for hours until he returned. And then, of course, she said he erupted in her body.
Ugh. Those are some dirty details, child. Dirty details. I don't need. This is a lot. It's I didn't ask for this. I mean, nobody. Not to say it like that because that sounds selfish. I didn't mean that. I mean, no one asked for this, but I'm just saying, like, I didn't even know what this was all about when that you know, when I first came on YouTube after the docuseries. Of course, it was like, what the fuck? But who knew all this shit was going on?
And she wasn't even in the series. So that's what I'm saying. You don't know how many people that's out there. And you know what she said? She said, and this will be the last time she ever would testify.
Well, hopefully it will have to. It will only, you know, she will only need that this time. Hopefully that resonated.
Shout out to Victim 3. Shout out to Victim 3.
Jane, is she Jane 3? Is that her number?
Yeah.
Okay.
I believe so. Yeah.
You know that lovely video, Fiesta.
Yeah. What about it?
When they were collaborating on the Fiesta, Boo and Gotti, she said R. Kelly said he liked young girls then. So he compared himself to Jerry Lewis back then because Jerry Lewis had married his own 13-year-old cousin.
Right. Yeah, that's in the article. So I have an article I was gonna go through. You know how we like to do it. So, but I also have a court TV.
That was right up his. That was right up his alley. That was right up Kel's alley. No wonder he felt familiar to Jerry Lee Lewis to say that, right? Sicko.
Right. Oh, they call her Stephanie. I couldn't find that other picture. I would have to get it from the video they just showed. But I kind of wanted to get a more full recap of the today, you know, because there was that Tom Arnold guy who was still testifying also. And he actually brought up some names in his testimony yesterday that I didn't get until after the live. But one of those names was Barry Hankerson. Barry Hankerson came up in the testimony, and according to this person who was reading notes from being in the overflow room, she said that they questioned him about Berry Gordy specifically, different things about his, I guess, relationship and how, you know, he was related to the wedding situation and all of that stuff. So I'm wondering, is Barry getting up on the stand, child? They need to get Barry on the stand or in handcuffs or both.
Yes. Yes, guys. Yes. It's time.
I think I want to go with this court TV thing because that other one was a little limited, honestly. We'll just steal all the news we can first. And then, you know, because that's what it seems like people do is steal stuff. I mean, my God, do I need to go on at midnight so I can gather up everybody else's information before I come online? Because I feel like that's what people do. Like, I swear I'll be seeing stuff that people send me stuff like that they get from these private groups, and they really do, honestly. And then all of a sudden, like this person's people, I'll get into it. I don't want to talk about it right now because now I'm gonna make myself mad, child. Y'all don't want me mad, right?
No, absolutely
Okay,
no.
so let's see. Let's get into this. Oh shit! Wait.
Hey, see, defense attorneys for R. Kelly making their way into the courthouse. You don't see R. Kelly making his way into the courthouse because he's locked up. He's not free like Harvey Weinstein was, coming into court every day in New York. Now R. Kelly comes in through the inside.
Vinny ain't no joke.
Anyway, the trial continued today for R&B superstar R. Kelly. We don't have any pictures. We have sketches. We don't have video. We've got sketches because it's federal court. Again, I would ask you to talk to your Chief Justice about all of that, keeping our cameras out of federal courtrooms. But another important day today, an accuser taking the stand. Let me bring in Court TV legal correspondent Julie Janae joining us live from Brooklyn tonight. Julie Janae, great to see you. Tell us about the accuser who came into court today and how that testimony went.
Vinny, witness number 13 identified herself as only Stephanie. She is one of the Jane Does in the indictment against the defendant. He's facing those charges for 6 Jane Does, but she may be one of the last ones that we hear on the stand. She detailed meeting this defendant back in 1998 when she was still 16 years old, and says that she was passed his number by an employee at what's known as the Rock and Roll McDonald's in Chicago. She didn't call him right away, but she says that she had a friend who wanted to become a singer, and she wanted to figure out how to get close to the singer to allow her to connect with her friend who was able to sing. She also testified that a year later she went to meet him. This was at a Nike store, and she says that is when she talked to him. He recognized her, or said that he did, from the year before. She was now 17 years old, and that he invited her to come to his studio on Larrabee Street in Chicago. She did go alone. She said that was what he requested, and once inside, she was taken to a bedroom, and he came a couple hours later and they had sex. She said that he initiated it, and that started this 6-month plus relationship where she was flown to Orlando. She says that it was degrading and humiliating to position her in a room sexually with no clothes on, and then he would leave and tell her she couldn't move, and she'd be like that for hours. She also talked about him videotaping several of these encounters, saying that she was 17 years old when that happened. Also, she said, I did it I did as he asked, rather, because I felt like I didn't have a choice. She said Kelly could behave one of two ways: nice and charming, or controlling and intimidating, saying he could put the fear of God in me quickly. Then there was a story that she recounted that really stood out to me about a meal that she had with the defendant and 2 rappers. She said that Kelly said out of the blue that he likes young girls and that people have a problem with it, but it's no big deal. She said that she wasn't allowed to speak to those rappers, but that Kelly went on to say that Jerry Lee Lewis did it. He was a genius. I'm a genius. Look at what I give to this world. This was a moment that I saw R. Kelly looking down in the courtroom. He also seemed to be a little bit stressed out about what was happening, sometimes putting his fingers to his nose, moving his mask around, more than I saw him with the other
boy.
already taking the stand.
All right, Julie, you want to stay there? I just want to get a quick reaction here from our think tank tonight on this first part of this accuser taking the stand.
My name is Kayla Smith Owens, college student, majoring in criminal justice. What makes me a fighter is that I never give up, regardless of what I would be going through.
But I'm sure the arguments will be made that, there's some level of consent, there's some level of you're attracted to this star, you want something from him. How does the jury take this? How do they comprehend all of this? And do they put themselves in the position of the accuser, do you think? Or do they kind of take a step back and try to understand her world?
What about putting their children in that position? thinking about their children or grandchildren. How about that? I guess it's over. What is this?
Wow.
Is that an ad?
Yeah.
I think it's just because I know this thing is not over. Okay, let me see. Wow. Pattern, baby. I mean, this is an egotistical maniac. Like narcissist on like a million.
And same rules. Don't talk. Oh, there you go. I'm sorry.
That's okay. I just paused it. Yeah, rules, exactly.
Obviously, and they may want to put themselves in the position of that witness or take a step back. But the bottom line is they need to figure it out. They need to figure out, based on the testimony, based on the evidence that's come in, if this was consensual, if the individual who was having this relationship with a gentleman who was a lot older than her and was abusive, clearly she wanted that. Some people, I mean, I know it may sound...
Wasn't she underage? She was 16 when she met him and 17 when they first had sex is what I comprehended.
That's right.
So why is she saying, oh, well, they need to figure out if it was consensual? Because, some people like that. What is she talking about?
Sounds strange to some people, but some people enjoy these types of things. The bottom line for the jury is to decide, is this what they wanted? Did they agree to be treated that way? And now that he's in trouble, everybody's coming out and just testifying against him. And that's really up to the defense attorneys to be able to show to the jury. We'll see if they can do it.
KC, this is, the big part of this case is that it's a criminal enterprise, but I'm not getting the enterprise part of it here. I'm getting, and the way I always looked at it was, a lot of alleged criminal conduct, but why are we in federal court? Why is this a Rico case? And does this play into that? Does this part really fit?
This is definitely a surprise. I mean, R. Kelly was a self-proclaimed icon. He utilized his music to draw in these girls, and by his own admission, I mean, according to the allegations, he loved being around young girls. I mean, it dates back from his first relationship with Aaliyah when she was 15 years old, and he married her. I believe he was 12 years her senior. So he's the self-proclaimed Pied Piper. This is the image that he portrayed. His music was really explicit. I mean, this was this R&B big time thing. So now, what is he going to do? Say, oh, you know what? No, this is not my image. This is not what I'm about. So this is his enterprise. He utilized this enterprise to recruit. He was the head person in charge. And I mean, I said it before, he had help, no doubt about it. So once this conviction goes through, I'm pretty sure there's more to follow.
And I've been comparing this case, Renee Hill, to the Michael Jackson case. They're both stars. Obviously, Michael Jackson, much bigger star. But Michael Jackson wasn't charged with running a criminal
sorry, y'all.
I was reading a lot of this conduct is similar. The victims look different, obviously, or the accusers look different, but it seems like it's kind of the same. Your thoughts about the fact that this is a criminal enterprise trial that's taking place, not in the Bronx, but in Brooklyn?
Yeah, I mean, Vinny, I think that sometimes when the state believes they can't get it right, they pass it off and have the feds investigate and see if they can formulate
there are state charges here too.
There are state charges
in
as
Illinois,
well.
Yeah.
In Illinois, but here in New York, they wanted to go federal with it. They believe that they have enough of these acts, that are on the list. When you have two or more of certain prescribed crimes, they can make it into a RICO charge. And, they think that they have enough. And usually when the feds come in, they do have an extreme amount of ammunition to go forward with. I have a problem with parts of this case. I do think that the jury is going to have to look at the consent aspect of it. I recognize that a lot of these individuals were young, but where were the parents? Where were the parents in all this? You're complainants or victims here that are getting on airplanes, being flown to different locations to be with him. And how is that happening when they have children? Where are the parents? Now, that doesn't necessarily make the conduct that R. Kelly is accused of proper and correct. And then the prosecution is going to have to prove that. But I think that these are things the jury is also going to be looking at when they're trying to determine Was it consensual? How much did R. Kelly really know and understand? Did he really know how young these girls were, if they were getting on planes by themselves and flying wherever he wanted them to come to? I think they have to look at all of that before they make a real decision here.
Absolutely. Julie, today, let's bring her back in, Court TV legal correspondent. They're building a case, witness 13. Where are we going next, and how much have we seen that's related to the criminal enterprise?
Well, we've seen 2 of the former.
Did he say witness 13? Did I hear that
yes,
right?
He did. And I said witness 3. So let me I'm mistaken. So I said 3, but he said 13. Right.
Interesting. Okay. Well, guess what, y'all? I'm gonna announce this real quick. I don't know if he's serious that I can say who it is, but I'm gonna wait for him to confirm. But we got transcripts, y'all. We got transcripts. We got like
all right now. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you so much. And I'm gonna wait for you to really confirm if I could shout you out, because I don't want to get you, I'm not trying to get in the middle of nothing. But let me tell you, this is how God works, baby. Yes. Thank you. I put it out there too in my video earlier, actually. So we gonna get into the transcripts. Get the real.
All right now.
I want to look at them first because I want to understand. I might just want to highlight because transcripts are pretty bulky. And then we might, being that they were gifted to me, I feel like it would be wrong of me to make it a members only. That was what I was going to do if I was going to pay for them. But being that they were gifted, I guess they should be public also, right? So I'll figure it out and I'll let y'all know. We're going to come here and we're going to really, really get into how things went with stuff and hopefully they'll keep coming. Thank you though so much. So much. Yes. It's a good day. Beautiful Spirit.
Hello, ladies.
Welcome to the party. She always has to be fashionable. So we're listening to the recap from Court TV of the testimony that we're hearing from the latest Jane Doe, goes by Stephanie.
Okay.
Personally, from what I saw in the video, because the hair, something about it, I feel like she's either Caucasian. I don't think she's black, y'all. I'm just gonna say that. And I think and for this case, because obviously, that's not something we typically harp on here, but for this case, it's significant because it's always been said if there were other than black girls involved, there would have been more noise made and etc. Clearly, it was her choice to stay hidden, but it's just interesting to me that she's one of the. I wonder if that'll change any type of juror perspective, or you know what I'm saying? Because that's the trouble that happened. That's the problem that was in the 2008 trial. One of the jurors, I think, got it. Audacity to say he didn't trust the witnesses because there were black girls or something to that effect. So just putting that out there. So let's see. Oh, let me finish playing this video here. I'm just excited about the transcript, child.
Our employees take the stand. Tom Arnold was one of them. He testified today. But as far as moving forward, we are likely going to hear from more of the alleged victims, not necessarily ones who are part of the indictment, but the 16 other people that this prosecution is going to put on the stand to talk about similar sexual assault cases, incidents in the past. So there's a John Doe number 1 that we expect is going to be taking the stand next week.
Okay, not going to get easier for R. Kelly's defense team and prosecutors having put together a strong case here, but we'll see what the jury does with it. You never know. Julie, today in Brooklyn tonight, thank you so much.
Yeah, you never know. That's right. Let me stop this. A lot. That's a lot, man. So let's get into it. So, okay, so the guy, Tom Arnold, I want to talk about him first before we get into Stephanie, because I believe he started his testimony yesterday. And this is something that we didn't hear in the press, which, why not? I always wonder, like, why do they leave out certain people? And you know what I mean?
Yeah, we are not getting a full picture if we don't know all the witnesses. I wondered about that too.
This one's not watermark, but look, does he look like this guy?
Yeah.
It's supposed to be
Wow.
the same person.
Oh,
Do
this
they
was
have this?
no, that's two different men right there.
Are you sure? Well, this one I got, it said it was, oh, no. This, I'm sorry, you're right. This is supposed to be what's his name? The runner, the other guy.
Oh, okay.
I can't think of his name.
That's Navarro, Anthony Navarro.
I don't, you know what? No, because I pulled this after I found out he testified. I got this from one of the news articles. I think this is supposed to be the same person.
Okay, well then that's Williams, Keith Williams, and then
no, this is Tom Arnold. That's not Keith Williams. This
the one before? Okay.
No, I think that's supposed to be this dude. Anyway, regardless.
He got his purse with him.
His purse? Is that what that is?
I don't know. He got it around his wrist.
It looks like a wristlet, doesn't it? I mean, you know.
Beautiful spirit.
So observant, isn't she?
Beautiful spirit.
She said, is that his purse? Oh, wow. Well, we know why R. Kelly liked him then. Oh, let me stop. Let me stop. Okay, so so let's talk about him. I did a video about him earlier today. We got some information that more so about his hot head, that, you know, he has a hot head, this guy. Let me pull it up.
Yes, I agree with Miss Libby J, or Miss I don't want to mispronounce your name. I agree with the comment that's up there.
What's the comment?
It says his alleged childhood trauma follows a psychopath trait, but his charm and planned criminal behavior is what leans more towards his psychopath for me. He definitely displays both, in my opinion.
Oh my God.
I mean, damn.
Yeah, because they said R. Kelly could be charming, but then he flipped the script and, you know, be a monster.
He is a just troubled soul, child. Troubled soul. All right, so I'm gonna I read the article I don't know if it was this article. I read an article earlier in a video, but I'll go ahead. This is a different one, I believe. This is from the New York Post. It says R. Kelly allegedly docked manager's pay for hiring male Disney tour guide, and so his name is Tom Arnold. And it says that R. Kelly was so enraged that his manager hired a male tour guide for him and his girlfriends at Disney World that he docked the man a week's pay, according to testimony on Thursday. Former studio manager Tom Arnold took the stand at the fallen R&B crooner's sex trafficking trial in Brooklyn. And
my name is Taylor Smith Owens, college student, majoring in criminal justice. What makes me a fighter is that I never give up, regardless of what I was going through.
This is coming from Ricky Smiley's side. I pulled up that Barry Hankerson phone call they had this morning, and his ads are popping up. And with that said, can y'all remind me that I have that up so we can make sure to touch on that before we go? Okay.
Okay.
Thank you. So where was I? Okay. So yeah, let's see. So he took the stand. It says telling jurors he finally got fed up with the singer's bizarre rules and quit in 2011. And there we are with the rules again. He doesn't discriminate when it comes to the rules. The rules are the rules. And one thing about a boss over a Rico trial is he got rules. You can't have a boss without no rules. Somebody okay back? Whoever that was, I hope you're okay. I heard something.
I dropped my phone.
Oh.
What year did this man come in again? Was it the same?
98.
Oh, 98.
He was here before the trial, first trial, and after the first trial.
Oh hell, his dumb ass that's on him. Shit.
He knows so much. That's why I'm glad we got these transcripts. I hope we I don't know. I haven't looked at the transcripts enough to see exactly which ones, and according to the person that gifted them, they're gonna keep coming. So I'm like, thank you, Jesus.
Who doesn't get their money? Who doesn't make their money? Like doesn't get their money and stick around? R. Kelly won't pay them no damn way.
Well, this made him quit. They said he kept the whole week's pay and he quit, right? But the thing is that think about it. This guy has been with R. Kelly since '98, and this is when all the shit was going down in his life. He got indicted in '01, but mind you, the feds were already looking at him. So this guy stuck with him through all that, through the trial, after the trial. But it took this to make him leave. This is what made him leave. It's because the money wasn't there. See how that works?
The money.
So that's just confirmation. All they cared about was the money. They didn't care about the girls. They didn't care about nothing else.
That's a good point. He got a check in the mail. He made the salary of $1,500, and then when they took the taxes, I think you referenced this on your video. The check was for 0-0, and that is such a good point you make. That he stayed there all that time, witnessed Rashana, Aaliyah, countless others, okay? And then when he got the 0 check, that's when he left. That's something.
He's a selfish bitch. That's what happens when you are just looking out for yourself. And because my thing is, I know he saw some shit. I know he knew this dude wasn't right.
He sounded like the bus driver, Terrence Allen. Terrence Allen kept saying about how much money he was making weekly being the bus driver. And the day that R. Kelly didn't pay him was the day he almost kicked R. Kelly ass and he quit. And then he didn't speak to R. Kelly or didn't work for him for a few months. And then R. Kelly finally broke down and talked to a third party because he ain't gonna face no man himself. That's a strong man. And he really needed him to come back to drive him because no other drivers was working out. And he said about what the price was gonna be, and he came back and drove R. Kelly around one more time, and that was that. But it was still resorted back to you only quit and fell out with him because he didn't pay you. You stuck around for the money, and he claimed, he the one told us about the things that he witnessed, and he did show the pictures to back it up from that he took his last tour on the bus and all this mess. So this guy really saw some stuff because he was around longer than the bus driver. So.
Mm-hmm. And he was married, exactly, Andrew.
Right, and so it's sad that it wouldn't be a dollar amount of money, the kind of human heart that I have. I wouldn't have been able. So the first day, whether it's nutritionist, pancake cooker or not, I see some foul mess. I'm out of there and I'm telling everything.
Okay, I'm telling it all.
I play it cool to get away from the monster, but I'm telling it on the mountain, y'all.
Let me see.
To save some kids. You know what I'm saying? That's ridiculous.
That's right, beautiful spirit. That's right.
That's right.
They all should be. I hope they sleep terrible at night. The ones that's, getting all these good free immunity deals and all this shit. And I hope they freedom be miserable. I hope they can't just kick their ass up and down the street like how they said it was gonna do dry fox out there.
I'm sure. I think Jane 5. I think she tweeted something like, when sometimes a loss can mean something about freedom, like when you lose something or when you let go. So this is very freeing for people who are finally, I think, maybe even if they're fighting it, I think when they're finished, they're feeling a little bit free. I think so.
Yeah, I can.
You know what, beautiful spirit? You bring up a very good point about, even though they're coming forward with immunity, right? And that does speak to that. Some of them either had to be forced or, given a decision. And thank God they made the right choice. But interestingly enough, they never came forward as far as we know on their own. Or maybe they did. We really don't know that.
Right.
Let me say what's up to Nia X and Mocha Duchess. The Mocha Duchess. Thank y'all for coming in. Andrew,
And
I see.
Mocha.
Back, Andrew. Andrew said I would have sued his ass.
Oh, he got a lot of lawsuits just as well. But he
He's
ain't
like,
paid
"Dad,
a dime to nobody. From artists, from workers. I don't know. I don't understand.
hi, Mocha." So, man. Okay, so what do we know about this? So what else happened? Let me just get it because it was some funny stuff actually. Like what? Let's see.
Things that man, right.
This is a different article. It's a whole other article about how creepy he was. Okay, so he said, so they went to Disneyland. They had this whole VIP experience planned. Now, Arnold said it was a last minute thing. He didn't have a lot of time to get a tour guide, and he got the first person he could get, which was a man. Well, he said the offending hiring decision cost him $1,500 in pay. Kelly, who federal prosecutors said kept a harem of underage girls. I like reading these little things. I know. A harem of underage girls under the strict and often brutal rules of conduct for years, allegedly beat and humilified the young women for even minor transgressions. At one point, Arnold said staffers were punished for one such misstep. We were all fined because someone ate his donuts, he testified. Donut gate, y'all. Who ate my motherfucking donuts? Taking all your checks. Like, seriously?
No, not the donuts. Not the donuts. Oh my
baby.
Hey, he would have murdered the whole camp if they would have touched that damn McDonald's, y'all. He would have been ready to kill it.
Rico.
He would have been doing the equalizing. He would have did the equalizer, whooped everybody ass with a cup of fish. But the damn McDonald's.
And I think too that he had his own cup of McDonald's coffee with the lipstick around the rim. I think he used to put the lipstick on and put the lipstick
he did.
Every
he
day.
put the lipstick on with his baby doll house. 30 years and all he got to show for it is a damn witness stand, your baby doll house, and your goddamn nasty
damn donuts. He liked getting stuff ate out of his. He liked getting his donut ate, y'all. Y'all know.
And then what is this shit with this Disney World shit? Disney World must be a camp because they just arrested over 11 people and it worked at Disney World that was online recruiting little babies and these babies there sexually assaulting kids on the amusement park. And so now we know he likes to go there too. Wonder how long Disney World been a place for predators.
Well, Disney is known for
a few days ago.
Disney is known for this affiliation, though. I mean, if you look at all the cartoons, there's symbols and things, penises. Like they've been. This is a long time thing, child. I don't even know how can you take a powerhouse like Disney down? You know how? By starting with the R. Kellys of the world. I'm telling you right now. This is hopefully open the gate to many other.
You know what? That's where he got all that theme from when they said that he would set his eyes on a cartoon character, and he had rooms set up like when he did with Aaliyah. God rest, that baby spirit is running ship. He wanted to do Mickey and Minnie Mouse theme, from the head to the shoe, down to the damn ball. Then he wanted to do Daffy Duck with another girl. He had that room set up with Daffy Duck. I don't know if he did Smurfs or not. And then all this other mess. Oh, Tasmania Devil. He did that thing with one of the victims. I mean, he's sick. He is sick.
Yep. So this guy goes on to talk about the rules because, the rules is the rules. He said Kelly's rules included a requirement that he flip up the rearview mirror when he picked up a girl for the singer so he could not make eye contact with them. It's like, fuck the safety in this situation. Forget about seeing what's in your rear, which is a rearview mirror's purpose when you're driving. I don't want you looking at my bitches. Like, are you serious right now?
I would have told his ass, but then you drive this mother.
Nobody told him anything, and that's the problem. That's called the enterprise. These people did what he asked them to do, regardless of how stupid it was. This goes on to say, Arnold said he began working for Kelly in 1998 at his Chicago studios Another testimony later Thursday. Oh, okay, so they're going into Stephanie, but I want to stop before we get into Stephanie. So before, we talked about Keith, his friend Keith, who testified, and the press said that he came in and basically confirmed that he was the one who recruited the pastor who married R. Kelly and Aaliyah. Well,
right.
I heard some additional information from that testimony from someone who was there. So I just wanted to add that they said that Keith was brought to tears on the stand because he basically talked about how he had been to prison for bank fraud and some other type of thievery, honey. He just loved him some thieves. But when he got out, he said, R. Kelly gave him a job as a manager, and he was super grateful. And this brought him to tears because I guess he was feeling indebted. Like, oh man, he did all this for me, and I got to sit up here and testify against my nigga. Man, so they rested.
How you go from a thief? How you go from a thief to a manager?
Yeah, and not only a manager, but from what I understand, Keith is the one who would handle the money, the banking, and that thing.
From my understanding, isn't Keith the one that had the warehouse in his name? He had a lot of shit in his name.
Yeah, I don't know about the warehouse, but I do know about that bank account that they discovered that he had put into his friend's name. That probably would be Keith. Had that $1.6 million in it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So
he was alleged a boyfriend at once upon a time.
Mm-hmm. So that was said. And then also, remember, we talked about the forensic expert that determined that the semen on the shirt that was provided with was her? I don't remember her. Oh, she was number 2. I don't remember her number, but Geronda. They said her name. So the victim witness, Geronda, had a shirt that corroborated her testimony, or that was presented as evidence. The judge allowed it, and so the forensics expert said that there was indeed semen. Now, they didn't say it was his semen. I don't know if that's going to roll out later, but I'm going to tell you something. They got the man's DNA, and I don't know how that works with semen. I don't know if they need semen to match the semen, but I feel like it's him. So
I think that they got everything from him for.
Yes, I think they did. But the person who was in the overflow room said that the forensics expert said, so the shirt had 3 stains on it, and that they were determined 2. I think they said they did 3 tests, and 2 of them were considered either indeterminable or something. But technically, all the technical stuff, it boiled down to the fact that there was semen. Now I don't know if it's his, but one of the terms he said was there was tons of semen. He said there was tons of semen on that shirt.
God. That man got semen all over the world.
Tons of it. So I don't know was it just his? I think she said it was just him. So hopefully that is.
This the shirt that he did. That he had semen and spit all over her.
Yeah.
She decided to leave. So ain't no telling how long she had to have sex with him before she left. But he probably went on. He's hypersexualized. And
my name is Kayla Smith Owens, college student, majoring in criminal justice. What makes me a fighter is that
Ricky Smiley. Hold on, Ricky Smiley.
I know. Hold on, Ricky Smiley. Your little trash ass website. Hold on.
My resilience is my greatest
strength.
Oh shit. You can check out my story at newsone.com/personaldays.
Girl.
Presented by Novartis, manufacturer of Adakveo.
I'm gonna have to mute that. Okay. So anyway, I think that that shirt is damning with all that semen on it. And
you know what, y'all? He might have told her to keep that shirt, put it back on, keep that shirt, put it back on. Ain't no telling. That's probably what it was. Don't wash it and clean it. That's probably how it was so much.
That's right up his alley, beautiful spirit, because he don't like to take baths. So he probably, wearing the same clothes over and over or telling somebody else to wear it, probably right up his alley.
Want her to walk around in it and all this other mess. But, I'm old school. I don't know about anybody else how they was raised, what's instilled in them. But I was told these times, you call me all be like drop out all kind of bitches. I don't care. But if you spit on me, if I don't catch a murder charge, homicide, I better damn near catch a homicide charge. You don't spit on nobody. And he ran into the right one. Because I'm sorry, I would never do that. Animals don't even do that to each other. The sickest things that this man have done to people, kids, animals, wild animals, don't do that to each other. This man was beyond sickening and satanic. I don't even know if the devil even practiced what he was doing.
JC made a good point too. She said he gave Drea a puppy after flying in on a helicopter to ask her to marry him. He gave Az a puppy. Molesters use puppies to groom children to trust them. And what does Jane 5? What does Jane 5 have? A dog, right? That she.
Yes, and he gave Aaliyah a puppy too.
Believe his name is Believe.
Yeah, he believed he had the puppy that Lavelle confirmed. He named that puppy 12 Play. He gave, I want to say, is that the one he gave Aaliyah? He gave Aaliyah a puppy too when she interviewed with that one lady, and she was like, "Oh yes, he gave." This man is. But they said he would get a dog after every tour and name the dog after the tour. Believe was from he could believe he could fly.
King Lavelle did speak on 12 Play the dog and how devastated our Kelly was, and how he would make them Aaliyah and was it Drip? I can't remember, but would get upset playing the dog between each other. So if y'all missed that, go back on Goddess channel and check out. There's been a few videos that Lavelle Jones, the former member of Twins, is it?
But we heard about the dog before we met Lavelle.
Twice. Yes, twice. So the doctor, remember that they spoke on the doctor going to his dog's funeral? Was it that dog? What was the dog's name? 12 Play?
Yeah.
Yes.
That was probably the dog he went to the funeral for, huh?
Ain't that something?
So, I'm still talking about what was his name again? I forgot the man's name.
Arnold?
Not Keith.
Tom Arnold.
Okay, so I talked about Keith. I talked about the forensics, tons of semen. Remember the blue pill? Anybody? Blue pill, anybody? Okay. So Tom Arnold, so he testified yesterday and today. Came into R. Kelly's world as an intern from college. He was in college. He was interning. So imagine this young, fresh in college dude, and he meets up with an R. Kelly, and he works with him. He was an audio engineer major, and he continued working with him throughout after college. I don't know if he finished college, didn't say, but he kept working with him all the way up to 2011. He did have a break in between. I think in 2003, he was off a couple months for whatever reason. But from the Track Studio in Chicago, and he also then worked with him at the Chocolate Factory. He became his studio manager. So this man knows where all the bodies are buried. Okay. He, during his testimony, brought up some names came up in his testimony. Gerald Jones, aka Blackie, Barry Hankerson, Daryl McDavid, Milton June Brown, Demetrius Smith, and Nathan Edmond, who is the pastor. I'm sorry. Maybe that came up from Keith. My bad. Yeah, I think that's Keith's testimony. Yes, Keith's testimony. Those names came up. Gerald Jones, like I said, Barry Hankerson, Daryl McDavid, June Milton Brown. And I'm going to dig into the transcript to find out what the context is, because that makes everything, that's all the difference. What was the discussion? Because what was said was that they asked specifically prosecution about Barry. Like, how involved was he? Did he, they asked specific questions, and that tells me they're setting the stage to introduce him. That's what I think. So I don't know what y'all think.
I agree.
I hope so.
That's interesting because he's been in the news lately, right? Kind of done like a little press tour, been interviewed here and there, and then he is dropping his little music app, right?
Right.
Which is called Music 360. Oh, y'all scratch that. We don't want to give him no shine. But dropping unreleased Aaliyah music, actually the title is called Unstoppable. and which she was. But it's just interesting that he has been out here doing interviews. Like you got the Ricky Smiley one, Goddess, and I think he was like Billboard. So now his name's dropping. So I would not be surprised. I think you are absolutely correct. They set the stage.
I hope they are.
And he might be trying to collect his little coins before he go to prison.
Yeah, he might be feeling the heat a little bit, honestly. Let's play that audio. I'm gonna just play audio because I don't know. Ricky Smiley, he might have me struck. Let me find Barry's photo. We know we got what do we call him? Freddy Krueger.
Yeah, he's Freddy Krueger. He looked just like Freddy Krueger.
Barry Hankerson.
Look.
Oh shit! What happened? The man behind Aaliyah's music, meaning the music catalog. He's the one that's been holding it hostage all this time. Now all of a sudden he's trying to come, drop music, do interviews. What is this all about? Still ain't talking to his sister.
I'm sorry, y'all. It's just something that's not right about him. Like
it's not. Never have been.
Man, something is not right with him.
I agree. I'm gonna play this audio from Ricky Smiley. Let me just add this banner at the bottom here so we know who we're dealing with. All right, where is that thing? What y'all doing? I feel like it's Friday. I was about to say it's Friday night. It feels like it's Friday night. Court is closed tomorrow. I mean, these people got me working like what am I working like? I don't want to say slave, but I mean, R. Kelly ain't paying no bills around here. I'm gonna keep saying that. Okay.
So if with that being said, there is the Warrior Fund. So please donate if you can or you like.
All the information is in the description of this video.
There you go.
Thank you for that plug. All right, let me play this audio. I'm gonna leave a picture up though.
Last week, our fans rejoiced because of the first time Aaliyah's music is now available to air on streaming platforms. So starting with her classic album, One in a Million, on the line right now we have Aaliyah's uncle and owner of Black Ground Records 2.0, Barry Hankerson. Good morning.
Good morning.
Man, we're happy to have you this morning. And as an Aaliyah fan, we are so excited. We were so excited last week as the owner of the music. What made you finally decide to allow the song, to start streaming?
Well, to be very honest with you, I had never decided for it not to be out. It's just circumstances were when we took the music down in 2012, business had totally changed from records, CDs to streaming. And streaming has been devastating to artists, small labels, independent labels, because you're literally not making enough money to stay in business. So we decided to just pull back on our music and try to figure out something different in order to survive. It has been my politics and my beliefs that music is one of the few natural resources that Black people have to generate any type of revenue. And over the years, I've been in the music business a very long time. I've watched the other folks, the Warner Brother kind of folks, constantly try to create ways of getting our music, either by tricky contracts, distribution deals that didn't work out for the Black artist and the Black entrepreneur. And it just got worse and worse and worse. So we pulled all our music back and decided to try to create some different ways to actually put our music out. So obviously one way was to create a demand for our music, which would allow us to make better deals. We had no idea that pulling our music back created such a demand for it that the systems were willing to do deals that were much better for us than it would have normally been. Right. And in that same process, we created a platform called Music 360, which allows us to totally control our music, our revenue stream, and to offer the artists and producers and entrepreneurs another way to distribute their music. So it took us a while to come up with a platform that, number one, we could build and afford to build, because that's a highly high investment to create and make a platform. I mean, literally millions of dollars. And so it took us a minute. So we were a profitable company, but we weren't that profitable that we could just say, okay, let's create a platform, and we just had the money to do that. So I had to raise money. We ran out of money. I had to raise some more money. And in the middle of all that, I had a stroke.
Oh,
so
no.
I had to, yes. So with all of that, I had to stop and go into rehab. And by the grace of Allah,
Come on, pity.
Come back, go to work. And about 3 weeks after I had the stroke.
Oh.
It was really pretty amazing to my doctor and to myself, to be honest with you, because it was just the most debilitating. One day I was working out and I just fell off my elliptical. And
I'm sorry.
I tell you true, I thought I was dying. I thought I was gone. And I was just laying on the floor in the dark. Right there. I heard the voice of my mom tell me to get up. You're not supposed to be here. And I said, Mom, is that you? I can't see you. And she told me, you're not supposed to see me. You see me when you come back. So I got up, called my wife, and of all people, I called Minister Farrakhan, and spoke with him, and we prayed, and I got up, and I got to the hospital, and they said, man, you having a stroke right now while you sitting here. So it was real scary, and it stopped everything. So, I'm a very private person, so I just didn't get out and tell everybody, hey, I had a stroke,
Right.
Yes, sir. So,
I'm going to say, look, he's going to say, I'm a very private person. You didn't want that's ego. He's not going to go telling people he had a stroke because that's a sign of weakness. And the only reason he's bringing it up now is because he wants sympathy. I think he has some heat on him. This doesn't make any sense.
And then it's all about money, money, money. He keep talking about. See, he didn't know that the effect that Aaliyah had on the world. He didn't think nobody gave a damn about Aaliyah, and he didn't think that she was really that talented. He could just be honest and say that. He talking about he didn't know the demands was going to be that high after he pulled the music. And who is this we and our music? She, this.
Yeah, right. Let me tell you something. He want to put up all these rigmarole excuses about this. The music, it doesn't take much to stream. It does, especially if it's already created. And the access that he had or has to engineers and different types of people. Come on.
My name is Kayla Smith Owens.
Oh, damn, Kayla Smith.
Majoring in criminal justice. What makes me a fighter is that
beautiful girl, but damn. Okay, so
the brat need to stop being so fucking sensitive and toughen up with his ass.
With who?
The brat. She all, oh no, come on.
You talking about with Barry or with?
Yeah, with Barry. She needs to quit being so fucking soft.
Oh, because she's on. You saying because she's on the show on that dish?
Yeah, she's all like, oh my goodness, oh no, I'm giving a stroke.
Oh, okay. Well, listen.
Last week.
Oh, damn! It restarted the damn thing. Hold on. I don't know where I was at.
My elliptical, and
you fell over.
A very private person, so I just didn't get out and tell everybody, hey, I had a stroke.
Right.
Yes, sir. So,
well, we glad you better, Barry. We glad you doing better.
No,
you
are
a trendsetter and a legend in the management.
Oh my God!
You handled all artists. Your niece Aaliyah was such a star that will live on forever, and we absolutely love her. I was friends with her. She was like a little sister to me. I worked with her several times.
Oh, this is the brat speaking, right?
Yeah, that's why she should be sucking out of his ass. Because if you was her friend, you knew her uncle was a piece of shit. I'm so sick. The brat, he can't do nothing to you. They ain't got a hold on you no more. Because if I recall, you had a lawsuit against them too.
I mean, everybody knows the brat is an industry player. Like, she went to jail for cracking that girl over the head with that bottle, right? And she's in debt, all this money. She came home and she had to kowtow and, she had to come out the closet. She had to do all kind of shit to get back into the industry good graces. And now she got her own reality show. She got to keep kissing this ass, child.
Can you tell the people what she was like growing up, like from early on,
Well, she was just the sweetest, cutest little girl in the world. And if I talked about it, I just start boohooing. I can't control it when I talk about her. She's so sweet, was so considerate, and loved to sing. She had a song called My Funny Valentine. She used to sing at the drop of the hat. If you stood around long enough and you may even mention funny, she'd say, oh, I got a song with funny in it.
Didn't she sing that on the Star Search?
She sure did.
Yep.
Yeah.
And that's what makes the situation worse.
And focused and had a great personality and made you feel better about whatever was going on in your life that day. If it wasn't something great, you talked to Aaliyah, you felt better. But she was on a mission from like day one. And I was so happy that I got a chance to work with her.
So this is what pisses me off about this. She was on a mission from day one. That means that she had this passion. This was her special gift. This was what she had to offer the world. She was here for this reason. She knew it. She realized it. I just saw something yesterday on Instagram, I think, commemorating her 20-year passing, about how she was talking about how her fans would never leave her. She had the faith in her fans, and she, because they were basically questioning her about the fact she didn't have an album out, but you have these new artists coming. Are you, at all pressed, basically? And she's like, no, my fans love me. They're going to stick with me. Like, so to know that she was so invested in her music, it was who she, like this, she's been Star Search. She was 10 years old, and thank God, Gladys Knight, thanks to him, her aunt by marriage let her come on stage with her. That's a big, big, big stage for a little girl. And she did that, even though she needed some coaching and whatnot, but she, this is what she was meant to do. So to hold this hostage, to hold this stuff from the world is sinful, in my opinion. Like, she deserved better.
It sounds like
absolutely. I agree.
She was with a label for her uncle. And then for him to say he finally got his hands on her, basically. Finally, I was able to snatch her away from her mission, and I fucked it up. Because between him and R. Kelly, they ruined that. How dare you? How dare you?
Okay, let's listen.
I was never her manager. That was her mom. Her mom was the manager.
You see how he likes to say that? Like, her mom was the manager now. Like, don't get mad at me for certain things. Yeah. Her mom was in charge.
He put it down to Jomo. His son was also the manager and producer and all this shit. He don't know he want to try to limit his association and dealings and participation because he played a big major hand in that baby's demise. And I don't care what nobody says.
I was the label. I was always the label.
Background.
Yep. And
the label is over everybody. If you're the label, you're the one calling the shots. You're the one pressing go, writing checks, doing everything. So, like, don't act like you didn't have a part.
And he the one forced her over to our town.
And exactly the story that I had to revisit that story, and it said he took R. Kelly to her house in Detroit with Demetrius, right?
Yeah, that part never changed. That part
is a big mistake. Big mistake.
My sister decided she wanted her to get into the music business, so I took her to Warner Brothers to meet a guy named Benny Medina. I know y'all know that guy.
Benny Medina. Let's remind ourselves that the mom also sang. She was like a Broadway singer or some type of theater singer or something like that. So
Benny McKeenan's a big music manager out there too.
Yeah, when he says my sister decided to get into the music business, no, I don't believe he keeps saying my sister. The sister was singing already. She had to put everything on hold because she had a family. But she wanted her daughter had the thing. She had that it factor. She had the talent. And I don't think it was my sister decided. He knew what was going on the whole time. I'm sure he had already sniffed Aaliyah's talent out and was already making arrangements and putting it in the mom's, partnering with the mother. Because the mother even says she has sex appeal, I think. And she was only, how old was she?
10 years old. She
10 years old.
Snapping pictures of her and telling her, basically get a little sassy with the poses. And she said, her mom was like, oh my gosh, I just realized you're sexy. You're hot. You're a hot 10. You got sex appeal.
That's another mistake. That's where they messed up. But okay, let's go.
Absolutely.
And she performed for Benny in his office. And he didn't get it. He didn't see. He actually said, Benny, I don't see what we do with a girl this young.
Benny don't have no interest in no young girls.
But, I just don't see it. So we left his office. And Aaliyah sat down in the lobby of Warner Brothers.
Benny likes boys.
I met with Benny because I was trying to convince him, man, it's special. It's not something you would know to do with, just you can't, add water, stir, and mix. It's a special generational thing.
Right. Now, speaking of Blackground, Barry, I know R. Kelly was signed to Blackground back then. It was R. Kelly and MGM, and they had that song Vibe that they came out with that blew up. Now, I know you probably feel a certain type of way about everything that's going on with R. Kelly right now. Did you feel slighted, or I'm sure you were upset when you found out the things that R. Kelly had was putting Aaliyah through?
Well, to be very honest with you, of course I was upset. And of course I had to really consider what my reaction would be.
Right.
And I really found out I wasn't a hardcore criminal. I couldn't kill nobody.
Right.
So I just took it, I'm a Muslim, and I went to Minister Farrakhan and we just prayed about it. And just resolved ourselves to let God handle him. And
he did.
I think that's what's going on. There was no sense in two lives getting destroyed, So
God's time. That's right.
Hey, you just joining us. We were talking to Barry Hankerson, Aaliyah's uncle.
Jim Derek said that he think it was a Muslim Nation of Islam is the one that dropped off the tape. Man with a bow tie.
Yes, I heard that. Yeah, that was the rumor too about who dropped off one of those tapes. The one to his house, right? There was one to his house and one to his press office.
Yeah. I found that interview that Jim said that because he mentioned about he found out that he had that phone call with Farrakhan. He said the Nation of Islam don't play with messing up with their black queens, the women in their in their nation, and they don't like R. Kelly had a lot of security people that was Muslim that was from Nation of Islam too. They don't like to be back there.
Yulita, your daughter and me have the same sight because I saw this Freddy Krueger. I was like, he looked like Black Freddy Krueger.
He really couldn't give out an answer because I don't think that he feel no type of way. I don't think he was upset. He just wanted to pay back. He ain't do nothing to R. Kelly. He ain't do nothing to him. What's delivering a tape? From what everybody had a tape. He didn't have to personally touch R. Kelly. He
got trolls in here.
With Coleman Young. Coleman Young is a mafia type mayor he was assistant mayor. He got mob tied. He did not have to physically put hands on R. Kelly if he felt some type of way. He could have had, especially back at home, he could have had R. Kelly touched. He could have had it done where, hell, baby, wouldn't have nobody but heaven and God knew what the fuck happened to R. Kelly.
Right.
That's the fucking personally do nothing to him.
I want to address Angel's law review. She said the judge doesn't like any of the witnesses. Well, you know who she doesn't like even more than the witnesses? You want to take a guess? Yeah. You're Kane. The Kane. Kane, he's the worst guy ever she's ever faced, probably.
Right.
He has to put something up her nose so she don't have to smell him.
And she definitely don't like Tricky Nikki ass.
Tricky Nikki, okay, the lawyers are tired. Tricky Nikki don't even know how to do no federal court proceedings. She's an embarrassment.
She can't even carry her damn duffel bag. She just be shaking and wobbling that thing, be dragging her ass all up and down they chalk drawing sidewalk.
We're gonna put her on timeout. I won't look.
Sit in the corner.
Yeah, sit down. All right, let's finish this thing up.
Aaliyah just music is now streaming. So excited to have him. Gary, you had a question?
Yeah, Ricky. Mr. Hankerson, I just wanted to ask, what are your thoughts about what the witnesses have said, during the R. Kelly trial about their relationship?
Who said what? Say it again.
Oh my God. Who said what? Say that again.
What are your thoughts about what the witnesses have said, during the R. Kelly trial about their relationship, his relationship?
I tell you the truth, I don't know anything that they've said so far. I
do we believe him?
No.
He doesn't know one thing about what's been said. This thing has been all over the news, especially the Aaliyah part. You gonna tell me you don't know nothing? Okay. The lying ass.
I don't listen to anything related to him, to be honest, if I can help it. I just put a ball up to that. It's just too emotional for me. It just brings back too many bad thoughts for my whole family. He impacted my whole family,
Tell it to the jury.
It's just a bad thing, y'all. It's a bad thing.
Has he ever said what was so bad? Has he ever gone into details?
None of them have. They all keep saying it's just so bad. Well, that's why we need you to talk. That's the issue. We're trying to find out what the fuck really going on.
And nobody wants to speak on it. Not even Dame Dash. We'll talk about Dame Dash too, who is also.
And you know what I noticed they like to use? They want to use this cop out of respect. But it's they break down, they fall out, they cry. It's so bad. It's so bad. Well, what is so bad? That's the problem. It's not out of respect. That's not the reason why y'all not talking. It's because y'all don't want the truth to get out. You don't want the truth to get out. That's what it is. They don't want the truth to come out. And it must be a dark, nasty, egregious truth. But Aaliyah Spears said it's gonna come out one way or another, even if it come out from God is dying. It's coming out, baby. It's coming out.
Multiple sources. Were you gonna say something?
I do believe that this was a thought out plan. First, again, the revival of Black Round 2, the announcement that he's getting back in the music industry, this circus of interviews, the releasing of the music.
My name is Taylor Smith, college student, majoring in criminal justice. What makes me a fighter is that I never give up, regardless of what I was going through.
Did y'all realize how Gary said, the trial?
And then the dropping of the music app that is gonna play her music. I'm sorry, the unreleased music, her first posthumous album, Unstoppable, shout out Aaliyah, and then his app. So he's also around here mentioning about his stroke, or want people to have a pity party from him, name dropping. This is a plan. So he's called as a witness. It's going to be quite interesting, and I can't wait if the prosecution get a hold of his ass. I mean that.
Wow. I'm sorry. I'm texting. Sorry.
My name is Taylor Smith Owens, college student, majoring in criminal justice.
She must make good money every time she's in here.
I gotta find the
regardless of what I was going through.
Jeez, girl. Hold on, child. I put this thing
My
on
resilience is my greatest strength.
Okay. All right. Let me how much more of this is left? I can't take this, man. Not much. Oh, it keeps resetting. Were you gonna say something, Yoda? Oh, she's not even there. I thought I heard something.
I'm
here.
Okay.
I don't have anything to say. Take that man's picture down. I'm tired of that man looking at me.
Okay, hold on. This thing is almost over.
I wonder if Jim Dare got us to write a book about Barry Hankerson.
I doubt it. He probably sick of these people.
Well, to be very honest with you, of course I was upset, and of course I had to really consider what my reaction would be. Right. And I really found out hardcore criminal. I couldn't kill nobody. Right. So I just took it. I'm a Muslim, and I went to Minister Farrakhan, and we just prayed about it, and just resolved ourselves to let God handle him. And
he did.
I think that's what's going on. There's no sense in.
My name is Kayla Smith Owens, college student, majoring in.
Hey, you just joining us. We're talking to Barry Hankerson, Aaliyah's uncle. Aaliyah just music is now streaming. So excited to have him. Gary, you had a question?
Yeah, Rick. Mr. Hankerson, I just wanted to ask, what are your thoughts about what the witnesses have said, during the R. Kelly trial about their relationship?
Who said what? Say it again.
Oh, they repeated
What are the
this.
thoughts?
Too many bad thoughts.
Okay.
I wanted to ask, what other releases will you be making on Blackground 2.0 next month?
Well, next month we have 2 artists we signed, and we've completed their first singles. They'll be out within the next 2 weeks. Autumn is the young lady's name, Autumn Marini, and we signed a brother out of Detroit named Elijah. And incredible music. I'm so excited about it. I think you're going to really, in fact, I will, if somebody give me an email, I'll email it, both songs to you. And if you promise to tell me what you think of them, give me a call and tell me what you think of them. I'll send you these 2 new artists' music. And that's what we're coming out with next. As far as Aaliyah is concerned, we are mastering and mixing things, and what we're going to do is we have an album that will be on the platform, and that album consists of cuts with Aaliyah and Neo, Aaliyah and Drake, Aaliyah and Snoop Dogg and Future, Aaliyah with Chris Brown. Incredible songs that they did on masters we had that had room for a feature artist. Came out really well. I think the public will really enjoy it.
I'm really excited, man. Thank you so much for joining us this morning. And make sure y'all check out Aaliyah's One in a Million classic.
I'm not with that.
Billboard.
Yeah, that's
Billboard
all about
said
the
they
bag.
reached out to Snoop Dogg and them and Drake to see did they really do some music, and they said no comment. I can't remember which artist. I don't know if it was Neo or not. They said that wasn't true.
Because I know the artists aren't going to want to go against the mom, and I know the mom is not with that. That's crazy that he seems like the type of person. He seems like the type of person.
That's all about the bag.
He seems like the type of person who would bully his way into this type of situation. You know what I mean? Like, say it, announce it, do everything so that they have a hard time backing out. But these artists aren't going to just kowtow to him.
Yeah, it was Timberland that said that was not true. And, he's still Neo and all them got lawsuits against Hankerson too. They all do.
Okay. Damn.
Drake went along with it. Drake went along with it because he got a lot of backlash with that shit. I remember
that. Yeah. I didn't at the time though realize that the mom and brother were separate from the uncle. I think I at the time thought they were all together,
Me too. I did too. I wonder why he still, when we read the Billboard article, because it was kind of long, They mentioned that, he had all of Aaliyah's, he had like all of her pictures, like, I think like sentimental things of Aaliyah's. Wonder why he never gave it to his sister, which is Aaliyah's mom. Like, she doesn't have to me, the things that she should have. Why are you holding on to awards and her records and all that thing? That's just, he a mean son of a bee. That's what Gladys
Didn't
Knight
her
did.
mother just recently come out and speak on her just recently?
Yeah.
The mother came out. She spoke on the book. I mean, that's all I know is the book. The book that came out.
Oh,
Kathy,
she commented about the book. Okay.
The
one that you're reading, on the Warrior Book Club, right? Aaliyah.
That's right.
Yeah, but the way the
baby
picture
girl.
that
Okay.
she's talking about, I think the fans
Shout out.
is instigated and hyped it up. The way the picture that she's talking about, that Arthur took that picture April 11th of 2020 or 21, and she was just there, and the fans hyped it up like, oh my gosh, she was at the cemetery. That was like way long ago.
I can't even imagine Aaliyah and Future on the track on a song together. Like, ew. Like, oh my gosh. Why would he do that? To me, that's fucked up. Like, her music, even if it was unfinished, they could find a way to make that work. You know what I'm saying?
They can, and they know they can. It's been done. It's known to happen. It's known to, it can be done. It's not
He's
something.
trying to, he definitely trying to rake in. The bag is, I think what Love Word said. He's trying to get to the bag, child. Well,
yeah, I'm with you, Miss Michelle. Yeah, I agree.
I think I was gonna get into. I'll wait for Dame Dash thing, but we can talk about Stephanie now because we haven't even talked about her yet.
I wonder if Stephanie is too. It's good she stayed out of the light, because with these super fans of his, and I'm telling y'all.
Okay, let me. So we had a victim witness. This would be victim witness number 3. I don't know what excuse me, what number she was placed. They have the numbers already, but she's the third one that we've heard from on the stand in the 7 days of trial for this Rico case or trial. And let's talk about. So we heard some of the stuff on the news reel about some of the testimony, but I want to get to an article. So this is from the Daily Beast. It says R. Kelly went on wild rant about stigma over sex, witness says. And it goes to say, during a 1999 dinner, R. Kelly went on a rant about the stigma of dating younger women before calling himself a genius and comparing himself to Jerry Lee Lewis, who married his teenage cousin. A witness testified in Brooklyn federal court Thursday. He mentioned that he likes very young girls and that people make such a big deal of it. Wow. Even look at Jerry Lee Lewis. He is a genius and I am a genius. The witness, a woman who was identified in court as Stephanie, told jurors in the sex crime case against the singer. According to Stephanie, Kelly likened himself to the great Balls of Fire artist whose career nosedived after he married his 13-year-old cousin in 1957 at the restaurant Houston's in Chicago. Oh, I didn't know that. Quote, we should be allowed to do whatever we want. Look at what we give the world. Kelly, who has pled not guilty, allegedly said. I mean, doesn't that remind you of something? What he said earlier. Do we have to play that again?
Yeah, he can't hide his motherfucking
You know, many artists, not just music, but many talented creatives, they usually let their work and their fans speak to their genius and their brilliance of their art and when they put it into the world, right? Because it becomes, like you said last night or the night before, guys, it becomes our gift, right? Our gift, their art is a gift to the world and us. And so most of the commentary comes from the world to say this is a genius. This man just go ahead and cements that the narcissist that he is, to say he's a genius and he should be able to do what he want, when he want, how he want, and how dare anybody speak on or say anything against him. That's why all his enablers, all his family, all his supporters act the way they do.
You know what? How much y'all willing to bet that was recorded and them feds got it too on record? How much y'all willing to bet they got his ass saying that shit? He can do what he wants.
Check it out.
Girl.
I am handcuffed like a lot of you motherfuckers. I'm handcuffed by my destiny. It's too late. They should have did this shit 30 years ago. It's too late. The music has been injected into the world. Okay? I hired my motherfucking self. I want to propose a toast to all the strong motherfuckers in here right now.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Motherfuckers like you is why I still continue to do what I do.
There it is.
You see how that person hold their phone filming his ass? Zoomed in too. He can't even take the shot of liquor with him.
He no longer has the ball, so I guess we can all rest easy that we no longer have to be on defense. Tell him, Goddess.
See, that's when he knew the government was looking at him. That's why he said.
He said it in that video. He said, if it wasn't for y'all, I wouldn't be doing what I'm doing.
What I do. The enablers and handlers. And you know what?
Yeah, there it is. The enterprise. There it is. That's the.
And then he's talking about what the fuck he gave the world. You gave the world herpes, chlamydia, and gonorrhea. You the dirty son of a bitch.
Yeah, I wanted to just remind us of who we're dealing with in real life, because this testimony, people start to soften up, feel sorry for people.
And then I don't know why he think wearing all them layers of clothes is gonna help the infection and the funk. It's gonna make it worse, because all bacteria thrives off of moisture and all this nasty shit and heat. Everything migrating and manifesting and swapping out. And when he COVID-19, he the Delta strand too.
I wonder if he's had COVID. I wouldn't be surprised.
He probably just enjoying it, all the symptoms.
He's a walking COVID. What is it? A positive COVID.
He got Bill Gates and them coming up with labs.
What?
He got Bill Gates and them create these damn medical labs trying to find out what the fuck is this shit going on around.
It's called the R. Kelly. They're going to name a virus after him specifically. Watch. Okay, this goes on to say the dinner, which the woman said occurred amidst a 6-month relationship with Kelly when she was 17, was also said to include the hip-hop duo Boo and Gotti. Boo and Gotti. That sounds like some West Coast shit. Stephanie, however, noted that she was not allowed to speak of the two rappers because it was against one of Kelly's rules. I wasn't meant to speak to any men except for Mr. Kelly, 39-year-old said. Kelly, 54, faces charges they bring up the Mann Act too. Stephanie is the third accuser who speak out against Kelly. Earlier this week, we know that the other
My name is Kayla Smith Owens, college student, majoring in criminal justice.
I can actually get rid of the page. Okay. She's the third accuser we know, and it says that they talk about Jane, the Jane that we know, 12 Air Force One beating, sweatpants, and all that stuff. It says that it's going on to recap here. I want to recap. On Thursday, Stephanie testified that she first met Kelly in the summer of 1998. Okay, so it's the same year as Tom Arnold, sounds like. So I wonder if they're doing this in chronological, like let's get the people who were around each other, because he must have known her at that point then.
I believe they are. They're going to go in order, baby.
It says when she and her boyfriend at the time were on a double date at the Rock and Roll McDonald's in Chicago, she said that while she was waiting in line at the fast food restaurant, a man approached her and asked her how old she was. the first thing he just rolls up on, how old are you?
That's probably exactly how you sound too, Goddess Don.
Even though she said she was 16, the man gave her, so she said straight up she was 16. I'm telling you. Ugh, okay. The man gave her a piece of paper. There's that piece of paper. I know there's been so many testimonies about these pieces of paper with his phone number, and I forgot who testified. Was it Geronda that he had a box full of them?
Yeah, and Carrie said the same thing.
Oh,
Carrie
the runner said it
Carrie,
too.
His runner said he would have the staff write it down and fold it up and put it in the damn box, and he would pass them out, tell them, you go to the mall, you go to the park, we gonna go here, and you know, all this mess. Even passed his numbers to your daughter.
Right. He gave Jane Doe number 5 the note. I mean, this is part of the pattern, right? Always with the note. Throwing black panties. Then all of a sudden you get the panties. Then all of a sudden somebody come up to you and press a number in your hand and say R. Kelly. Which one of these fans, all in the quote pit, young as they were, would not be excited to get a piece of paper with his number on it, like to talk about music.
She wasn't. She said she threw away the phone number. Go ahead, Stephanie.
Yes, Queen. Yes.
Clearly, but a year later, however, Stephanie said that when she heard Kelly was involved in an event at the Nike store near her summer job, she wanted to try and catch him and score an audition for her friend Catherine. So here we are again, aspiring singer, her friend this time, and she was probably like, well, damn, I turned that motherfucker down. I could have helped you out. Let me try to help you out, though. I'm sure he still likes this. She's like, damn, he didn't even care I was 16 years old. I'm scared of that man. Okay, so it says that she pitched her friend during a conversation with Kelly inside of his car. So it didn't take much for her to catch his attention again after a year. She went to where he was at, and next thing you know, they in the car, child, together. Where she said the singer told her that, quote, he likes to cuddle and asked if I would be okay with that. Ew, he probably smelled. Less than a week later, she said she met Kelly at his studio in Chicago, but had to wait hours in a small room before seeing him. After some chit-chat, in quotes, Stephanie said that the pair had sex. Interesting. I wonder if Tom Arnold was there at the studio at that time. That was about the time he was interning. Wow.
He probably was. He probably had to stand guard, make sure she come out that room.
Chit chat. That sounds like maybe some code word here. Let's chit chat. It says in quotes. I
was gonna say the chit chat was he come in with the bus in with the camera and telling her what to do.
Wow. Less than a week later, she said she met Kelly at his. Okay, we read that. He said he wanted me to call him daddy. There we go with that. Stephanie said about the initial sexual encounter. Soon after that encounter, the witness testified that she told Kelly she was 17, to which the Kelly singer said, that's okay. So he didn't slap her or do nothing bad, but he already knew I guess she was trying to say, I'm not 16 no more, so hopefully you still like me. During their relationship.
Okay, though.
Yeah,
that's
still
okay, though.
During the relationship, Stephanie said that she endured Kelly's volatile personality, which she described as either nice and charming or controlling and intimidating. I mean, it sounds like a Heckle and Jive. Heckle and, what is it? Heckle and Jekyll and Hyde. He put in the fear of God in me very quickly, she added. Stephanie said that in the winter of 1999, she ultimately stopped in the relationship, during which she said Kelly forced her to participate in several sex tapes. I felt used and humiliated and degraded. I just didn't want to be abused anymore, she said. Asked on the stand why she would never forget R. Kelly's behavior, even though it was almost 3 decades ago, Stephanie broke down before explaining, because it was the lowest time of my life. And that's what I guess people don't understand, is when a woman has endured, as a child especially, some trauma like this, it will go away.
I mean, people don't understand. You know, they always say like, well, that was so long ago. It's just like it happened yesterday. It relates to when you lose a loved one. It doesn't matter how long it was ago. something trauma, anything that's traumatizing that happens in anybody's life, you're gonna remember. You might suppress it, not think about it. Of course, you're not gonna dwell on it when you get your strength and healing every day. But it's always gonna be something where, like I said, those lifetime triggers will bring up, or when asked, and you remember the event like it just happened. I mean, there's something that never go away. That is a wound that will forever be there. Yes, you might have a scar left or however, but mentally it's always gonna be there. That's something you'll never ever forget. And people just act like, you can't put a time on nobody's trauma. You can't put a time on when they want to speak their truth, and you can't put a time on, oh, you should have just got over it and forgot about it by now. No, you're not. And I think the reason why we're not supposed to forget is a reminder of we don't want to go down that path no more. That's with domestic violence. That's with any sexual assault. Stay away from that person if you can, because you have some predators, whether it's like family members, they know they got a predator in the family, but they inviting them to the picnics and the barbecues and stuff. And then if you're able to, you can avoid it and stay away from that.
Right. Like they say, hiding in plain sight, right?
And
Hiding in
then you
plain
can look
sight.
for the signs. You can look for the signs for the next creep and run. You'll be able to spot it out a mile away and go the other way.
Exactly.
And the last thing is that you have to relive the trauma again. That's probably why she broke down, because she has to relive that trauma, right?
And then to say this in front of the world, people don't understand that either. This trial is for the whole world to see in front of these people.
It says that she said in the winter of 1999, she ultimately stopped the relationship, during which she said Kelly forced her to participate in several sex tapes. In quotes, I felt used and humiliated and degraded. I just didn't want to be abused anymore, she said.
You said 1999, sis?
1999.
Was that the 12 play tour?
That I don't know. I mean, we can look it up.
We'll go back after you finish. And if it is, she was in one of those 12 tapes.
Oh, gosh.
Yes. But we'll figure that out after you finish reading.
And this brings me to, I was thinking about bringing some Goddess After Dark onto the member channel, because after these lives, we be in the backstage and we be having whole hella conversations that come about because of the live. So I just kind of feel like, man, that would be cool to have people join us on that. So I'm thinking, though, that might be a member thing. Okay, so
I like that. I like
right? That. Well, I had to ask y'all first. That was my way of putting
it. And men goddess don't be sleeping too, because so much comes out too after dark, y'all. Research, information.
I'll be discovering all kinds of. That's when I need to do the lives later at like 1:00 in the morning, because I'll be getting all kinds of stuff later.
No, because that'll be like 3 or 4 my time. No.
That will be minus Love Warrior and Baby Yoda. Okay, so let's see. It says that asked on the stand. Oh no, she said, I had never been treated like that before or since. Tell it.
Shout out to her.
He humiliated me, degraded me, scared me. He scared me. I'll never forget the way he treated me, she said. He had the wrong one. She added that before taking the stand, she had never publicly spoken about the abuse and never will again. Wow. So it took a lot for her to come out. A lot.
Yeah. And you know what? I was going to also say that too. People don't understand, how hard it is to actually speak those things out loud to anyone, whether it's publicly or privately, to a friend, to confide or to say anything, because you do feel like nobody else who would want to hear this disgusting or horrible thing, or it's a little bit of embarrassment, and it's a little bit of the strength that it takes for you to even repeat that to anybody, for the next person to know, and the trust. The trust. A lot of victims and survivors, it's a trust when they say, oh, why it takes so long? Why you didn't say, it's who could I trust this information to, without them looking at me a certain way. You don't know what their reaction going to be. Is somebody going to help me if I say anything? Because as we can see, a lot of these survivors have been failed by the law. You have law officials. You have some that made police reports. They have rape kits. Nobody helped, nobody did or said anything. So they'll shut down. Nobody helped me. So now I'm just gonna shut up. I'm not gonna keep telling my story, whatever. They probably didn't even think that the law officials, the feds, was even gonna be serious and incriminate him and lock his ass up because they looked at it like all these years he's been getting away with it. I came to you guys for help. Nobody listened to me. So why I should have faith in the justice system now? I'm pretty sure they thought about that. And then the God forbid, the family didn't make it no better if some of the families of these survivors also was having R. Kelly's back, rooting them on, and basically didn't have that support. That didn't make it no better either.
That's true. Evolved Joseph is asking if we know the name of the Jane Doe. Well, I don't think I would tell y'all if I did, but I think we just know her as Stephanie because they've said very plainly, as did she, that she's never spoken on this. And
but you know what? I remember Gloria already said that one of her clients said that was so terrified because she hadn't spoken about her trauma, her situations with him dealing with R. Kelly either, and said that she mentioned that she would always remain anonymous. And she said her client said, "You promised me that it's basically justice gonna come about this time. Like, is it he really gonna get in trouble for this shit?" And she told her, "Yes, we got him this time. He ain't getting away with it this time."
Right, because Gloria Allred was in court today because she is the attorney of Jane Doe 13, Stephanie. So, yeah, she represents her.
Okay, so that might be I know the one also from Detroit too was scared, and when Gloria had flew out and now she's representing her, she said the same thing. And some of them girls that brought their friends, they had a falling out with their friends, and they reconnected and promised to have each other's back for support and strength when they have to walk in that courtroom. I think I read that also in one of the interviews with Jim Derogatis, that and they apologized to each other, like some of the girls that stayed, and then some that felt bad that they brought the girl in the situation. So that's powerful too.
Very. Kimya Noreen she came in with some info. She said the first Black to be charged the Mann Act was Jack Johnson, famous boxer, who married and dated only white chicks 120 years ago, 1909. Wow. And that's why it's specific, because in there it says something about enslaving white women or something. I remember reading that. That's interesting. She also said, is Mr. Big next? Think on that. Arrest everyone.
Yes.
Wow. Mr. Big, child. I haven't heard anything. I mean, I'm not to say that don't mean nothing. But I'm just saying, I ain't heard nothing about him. So, I mean, what do y'all think so far? We got employees and victim witnesses who have come forth and corroborated all of so far, in my opinion, the prosecution's claims, accusations, charges have been corroborated by a lot of this testimony as well as evidence. So I don't know why the supporters continue to hop around, jump around that he's coming home and the case is blown and all of this stuff, because I'm not hearing anything that has changed my mind.
They made up them lies about Jane Zell had blew the case, he about to walk out the doors, all this and that, this BS. Then you had like people like Miss Trash K over there. Oh, none of them are cooperating. They retracted their statements. They told the authorities, nope, not showing up. So he's gonna be, nobody's gonna testify against him. Not even the workers. Nobody. They have nobody now. I wish I could slap her upside her head with that alleged blue dildo. Bitch, I thought she said nobody was testifying against him and he ain't had no case no more. Tasha K lied raggedy ass.
I know it was spoken on by one of the people who I got some of this information from. She said that they were asking about a witness named Kim. I forgot. I think there was a last name. I can't find the note just off the dome, but I just remember them saying the judge was like, so this Kim person said she don't want to come and she'd rather do a Zoom testimony. And the judge, I think it was the judge, she said, that said, why? Like, because we want her in person. Like the judge is like, no, she needs to come.
Yep,
Like,
and she is bring her ass up in
Yeah,
here.
I
Everybody
heard that too, Goddess. And I
Is that
think
the handler?
they're allowing the Zoom on Monday as well as the John Doe #1 Monday.
oh, really? All right.
Yes.
We're going to hear from John Doe on Monday by Zoom, you said? It's going to be a Zoom testimony?
No. The female witness will be by Zoom. Okay.
Wait, I'm wondering,
But
is this Kim, that handler person?
Yeah, the Kim Taylor that was mentioned on that video, that live video, and she said her whole government name. I wrote it
about
down.
that fight video, right, between the two.
Yep.
No, I don't want
So I kicked your ass too. Kim didn't like that. Kim was
shit. So we're gonna have some explosive testimony on Monday. I've been looking forward to this John Doe. I want to know the scoop.
Like, yes.
You getting transcripts too?
Oh, it's gonna be on. It's gonna be on and popping.
I don't know what horse y'all bet on in the race, baby, but this one right here is right into the front. Running to the front right now. I'm running to the front with my transcripts. I'm running to the front of the race. Okay, zoom in on AJ Nothing. How many teens in addition to Aaliyah in the video? Then count them old males in the video. Oh, child. She having us go back and really do some digging, huh? You know, beautiful spirit, I'm gonna get us your job. This is what you good at right here. You see what she's saying? Age ain't nothing but a number.
Okay, let me see. Zoom in on age ain't nothing but how many teens in addition. Oh, then count them. Oh man. Yes, we heard. Okay, AJ. Yes, and then it's another song. I saved it. I didn't play it. They somebody had on Twitter. One of our followers, we follow each other on Twitter, just been following the case. Miss Peter, is the Twitter. It's another song by that with Aaliyah, and they said listen to the lyric. And it's a song that R. Kelly. That Aaliyah said they really believe she's talking about what he did to her. Some things alluded to.
Oh yeah, I read about that too. Like the one.
But it's a lot of songs.
You're talking about the One in a Million album, right?
Yes, it is a lot of songs that he ever wrote. See, that's why a lot of fallouts too with other artists is when they found out that R. Kelly had, when he writing songs and sending them to people. Yeah, I think this one will fit you. I couldn't do nothing with it, man, and all this. He was talking about what he did with underage girl, like Cisco, the thong song. He wrote and had the video laid out, everything. Had Cisco. If y'all look at that video, it starts off with a young baby, look like the baby about 6, 7 years old, handing him a pair of thongs on the edge of a bed in a hotel room. And then with the buses on the beach that had Chicago, Florida, Atlanta lit up. See, in the first trial, they said he had those street buses that had the light in the cities that he had traveled to, and had them lined up on one of the streets by the courthouse. In the first trial, said they had young age girls on there with airbrush T-shirts saying, R. Kelly innocent. And they would jump off his supporters, and that all imitated in that video, that music video. And then it's another song. The song I haven't been able to grasp the lyrics. The song that he wrote for Michael Jackson. It was alluded to the fact that he assumed that people that live that kind of lifestyle, this satanic cult stuff, that he thought that when he made the song "You're Not Alone," he said something about he could have sworn he heard a cold word or something that Michael Jackson did this interview that let other people know that's been with incest and other things. Like, I'm part of this mess too. So he was like, oh, I could write him a song. He wanted me or whatever. And they said that I don't know if it was a publicist or an attorney of Michael Jackson. Can't think of the name. I'm gonna find it. And he said that really took Michael Jackson. The depression got worse when he found out that R. Kelly was talking about an underage child, and he said, why would he have me? Why would he do that to me? Knowing what he had just came out of facing allegations. It said that he never thought that Michael would get over that. He said, do you know this song? What you putting out there, like you basically trying to say that you with the shit. I said Michael should have let the whole hood ghetto nigga come out of him. The same way he showed up at R. Kelly doorstep when the song, he should have showed back up and boy, nah.
Okay, so Joseph is asking what's going on Monday. So we were talking about who did you say again, Love Warrior?
The Kim gonna do a Zoom and the John Doe.
The victim will be on Zoom, and then the John Doe #1, y'all, Monday.
Wait a minute, you said the victim. Well, John Doe's a victim too. Well, so
the female victim is going to be on Zoom, and John Doe will be there to testify.
So Kim is a victim?
Yeah, that's what I was going to ask. So Kim is a victim? Do we know that for sure? Because
I don't know if the victim's name is Kim, but another victim.
Somebody named Kim is supposed to be coming to testify. That's the one that wants to testify on the Zoom. I was just wondering.
I'm not clear about the Kim and the association.
I think Kim is an enabler.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Because Kim is the lady who was at the fight. Remember, we were talking about the fight at the front?
Yeah.
It must be more than one Kim.
There probably is more than one Kim, I'm pretty sure.
And
Kim.
he had a best friend that wrote a book about him that was Kim Donnelly or Donley or whatever you want to call it.
Okay, Kim, Kim, I had high hopes. I really liked the stuff you were bringing, but you cannot say the enterprise is RCA, not R. Kelly. Ask Elvis, Marvin, and Jerry Lee. Listen, we're talking about long-term abuse, underage girls and boys over decades of time. We're not talking about a marriage and a family or whatever the case. All these cases are independent cases. We don't need to collude them or conflate them. This is specific and unique to these specific women, victims, girls and boys that we're talking about. So please don't bring that bullshit in here about Elvis and all that other stuff. I like the other stuff you had, but if you're coming in with that, you got to go, boo. I'm not
happy. Elvis did wait for his wife to turn 18 before he married her, though. And
he did. I think she was older than 18. I think they waited like 8 years.
Yeah. And not only that, he wasn't running around. He wasn't touring around city to city, actually holding girls hostage 3, 4, 5 days and not feeding them and running off with them and drugging them and beating them and recording it. They can't compare. Nobody else, nobody case, not even the Epstein case compares to R. Kelly. They're two different entities of people, of demons.
Hazel E. No, that's Cash Jones. You're talking about Daddy's Little Freak is the book, I believe.
No, this one wasn't like a childhood. It was an elementary book that this girl read. It said she was best friends with R. Kelly and got permission to write it on what was it called? It's like a little children's book. It was like a little children's book. But I know which one you're talking about, the Cash Jones one. I hope she get incarcerated too. The Cash Jones girl, I really do.
I know, because she's over here making her round on these YouTube channels and trying what I think is trying to seem like distract. But what difference does it make of you doing that? Because the jury is already, so they're there, they're sequestered and they're guarded. Like they're not going to see any of that. So I don't know.
She's making a mockery of these real victims tragedies, and I don't think it's right. And she profited off of it, and that's another reason why she needs to be prosecuted. And then she trying to do Star 6-7's dirty work, because allegedly that's how she got brought in, was through him.
Right. And speaking on the YouTube street, that's a whole nother sidetrack with the supporters at the courthouse. Lord have mercy.
Shout out to Miss Janet. Shout out to both
kerfuffles all over the place, child.
Shout out to.
Can you imagine if they saw me sitting out there? If they thought they thought it was me sitting out there, they probably lose their minds, child. They better even think about doing me like how they try to do.
Oh, honey, I wish somebody would.
Dry Fox, child. I don't know why she sat up there and took that abuse from those people and then want to come on live and do fake sniffles like she's just like such the victim. Oh,
right.
Dry Fox,
That's for the after. That's for the after dark. After dark.
Dry Fox over here been praying, fake praying, got PTAR, and got images being put up. Shout out to Boski that are too disgusting to even mention. Dropbox got to be more careful.
You did. You already mentioned them. You can't say, "Oh, I'm looking at these pictures," but they're so disgusting. So tell it all. Tell the people what you're talking about.
It's after hours, because I could go. That's a lot. That's a lifetime worth of laughter.
Okay, yeah, that's an after dark. Okay, yeah, we'll do that. Let's do it though, like this weekend.
Yes, I want to do it. I want to get a drink too. We go after hours. Hey, y'all, we gonna have the after party, y'all. The after hours.
Yeah, we gonna do that because
where's Boom Boom? Is Boom Boom in the live?
Did you tell her? Because she asked you to text her. That's on you. I put it. That's my hands are washed on that one. I asked you to do it, so I don't know.
I'm so sorry.
Well, the replay is here. You know.
I'm so sorry. I sure did.
I can come back and do the other thing. She might want to come in. So R. Kelly kidnapped all the accusers and paid the parents. Make this make sense. Let me tell you something. If you're still asking that after 2 and something years of this man being in jail, all kinds of documents, testimony, all kinds of information, and you're asking these basic, simple, I would say slow bus questions, they tell me that you don't belong over into this chat. This is like smart people only. And honestly, most of the people over here are kind of aware of what's going on with the trial and what's going on with the people involved in the trial. And we don't ask these types of questions. I'm not answering that. Why would I answer that? Like, I'm trying to tell you, you don't come over here and ask that. This is not what this is. We're not a classroom. We're not teaching anybody about the case. We're talking about it as it's going. So if you want to catch up, this is not the place. That's all I'm gonna say. So, and you don't come over here either and tell me what to do either. You go answer your own questions. Go do your research and your homework. Stop coming over here with this bullshit. You sound pathetic. And I kind of believe you're not even a Kimya. I feel like you might be a Dry Fox type person. Somebody who supports him like way more than you should. Period. Okay. Somebody put him. Okay. So, all right.
Thanks,
Sharita,
warrior.
There you go. That's what I should have told her. That was a good one, Sharita. The jury gonna make it make sense.
Yes.
Gonna make it make sense for you, baby. There
yes,
you go.
we hashtag the jury's gonna make it make sense.
Sharita Michelle did that, man. If I had a prize for you, you would get it.
I love it. That's me making that shit go viral, y'all.
I'm gonna remember that answer.
Let me write that down. I gotta write it down.
The jury is gonna make it make sense.
I like that. The jury hashtag the jury will make it make sense. Yes, ma'am. I like that.
Yes, that's good. That's right. Small people only, baby. Okay,
I wrote that down. Yeah, we stamping that, baby. That's in the pavement. Yes, written this stone.
So we're, I think at this point I want to bring up. We talked about Dame Dash. He went on yesterday talking about Aaliyah. I'm gonna hold this to the next live Saturday because I'm at my peak right now. I don't want to open yet another door of something at this moment. So I'm going to hold that till Saturday. That's if somebody could write that. Dame Dash. I have the audio up from the interview and we're going to talk about all of that. And we're reading the book that the mother was complaining about, actually, Aaliyah, also known as Baby Girl, also known as Aaliyah. And it's in the member channel. We're on chapter 2. I think like in the middle of chapter 2. I'm going to read tomorrow, Friday. And I'm also thinking, so the person emailed me the transcripts. I kept his identity anonymous for now because I don't want to mess up the flow. So I'm just going to leave it. But I just want to say thank you. But I want to say too, I think I should do it in the member channel because I think the person is not concerned, but they're kind of like, you might want to work out with the other, there's other people reading transcripts. And honestly, I don't really trying to mix up and mingle with people. I rather just take this to my own people. So I have, the membership channel. It's like 99 cents a month or something like that. And I think we'll do it there.
We're not gonna lie. She's gonna read exactly what it says in there. She's not gonna pull out and put make believe sentences and testimony in there like what because she know the other people. She's not gonna do that. These other people is, I don't know what they seeing. They seeing what they want to see and lying to the people. And if anybody have any sense, they know damn well a transcript probably wouldn't even read that unprofessionally. All it just says here, you guys. The cases is thrown out.
Right.
I'm reading it, you guys. I'm looking right at it. They said
if we were to believe some of these people, he would be at home, chilling with no issues at all in life. So Sharita said that old lady was doing her own live earlier. So she's a YouTuber. Is she all in my business? What's she worried about me for? She got her own channel. Like, why are you over here trying to bend my narrative? You can't change my mind because you asking stupid questions. You got your own YouTube channel. Worry about yourself.
She's probably one of the Dry Fox. Hold on. She's probably one of Dry Fox's people, the praying mantises, and who need to go ahead and have a fundraiser for their leader, Dry, and raise some money for some beauty care and some self-care. Okay?
Let me tell you something.
That's what y'all need to raise money for. Take that money y'all raise for the banner that y'all never got, that second banner, and y'all make an appointment for Dry to get some self-care and some beauty care.
Start off by paying Dry Fox debts that she owed to other YouTubers for wanting to stay for an extra night and carry it on. And we don't play all that Dry Fox in this over here. Because she thought she got read up on the last time. I understand that she was a little bit scared. But we don't play that bad.
Cry, baby, cry. Shout out Debo. Cry, baby. Cry.
And Hollywood.
Cry,
Y'all
baby,
know
cry.
my feelings about her. But
I'm gonna tell you,
else,
the way I roll up on somebody, I'm not gonna run up on you in front of a courthouse. You're gonna get my wrath like in life itself. You're like, damn, why is everything just falling apart all of a sudden?
And then not only that, Demetrius Smith gonna get that ass because he's the ignorant fool. She sent that pic to the right one.
So here we go. We're talking about something. We gotta realize we got 80 some people in here. You can't just bring up something and drop those things. Nobody. You gotta.
So let's sent the picture of that hat, that crochet hat, their hair.
About it in the after party. So if you're gonna mention it here, you gotta give it context. So
it's a picture of a fresh lineup, her haircut. And she dyed it red. They say scared the hell out of the damn baby. How much of the bet that the marshals wanted to know was she a man or woman when they had her in that bathroom stall stripping?
They're like, which bathroom is the proper? Oh my God!
I didn't do nothing, guys. I didn't do nothing.
Okay. Either because because we said we weren't gonna do that here, so I don't want to do it. Because if we opening that up, I'm gonna have to go there. I don't really feel like it. I'm losing my energy. The balloon is coming back down to earth right now. With that being said, let's get some energy. We got these people
Bring it up. Let's go.
We got these people testifying, y'all. We got lives at stake.
Warrior.
Some bells.
Warrior.
Get up, get up, get up. We the dopest. Get up, get up, get up. We the dopest. Get up, get up. We the dopest. We the dopest. We the dopest. We the dopest. Bitches, we got 'em. Niggas, we riding. Blowing shit up. Osama bin Laden. Making big plans, big things. We plotting. Taking over the game. Stop it. Now I can make a name full of fame, roll around in paper. The other things that makes the fame, all the fakes and haters. I know they see me throw the deuces, then I see them later. Everybody asking questions.
Drop the bells in the chat. Drop the bells in the chat.
I got some new chicks. I'm making new hits, man. I thought you knew this.
Let's get some yellow hearts for Joy. Hashtag free Joy, y'all. Free Joy.
showbiz. Y'all niggas can't like some that call this some rope shit. All about the fame, we'll go try some level cold shit. Stacking dollar bills, so much money I can't fold it.
All right, Sharita, welcome to the member channel. Welcome to the VIP, baby.
Shout out, Sharita.
We the dopest, get up, get up, get up. We the dopest, get up, get up, get up. We the dopest, get up, get up, get up. We the dopest, get up, get up, get up. We the dopest, get up, get up, get up.
One's for the money, two's for the show, three's for the dope. Cause you know we about to blow. Oh, and all you know is that niggas ain't listening. First place, so don't ever ask for my position. Best king of my city, got a key to my city. Bet I beat anybody I meet to see in my city. I wanna be in my city. If you ain't chilling with me, I'm a villain of beast, and I be killing the beast. Let's go. Murdering tracks with my snapback on. Go home, fuck your bitch and put my hat back on. I'm the man, don't make me say it again. Got a lot of niggas hating, I ain't playing with them. I'ma prove I'm the best, have them playing my jams. In the crib or the whip and wherever I am. Never been in the Navy, but I'm a veteran, and you can compare me to them and see how much better I am. Yeah, get us, get up, get up, get up.
We the dopest,
get us, get up, get up, get up.
We the dopest,
get us, get up, get
Go
up.
to hell, Kimya. Do your own work and your research. Get the transcripts.
We the dopest, get up, get up, get up. We the dopest, get up, get up, get up.
All right, y'all. Listen, we are back on Friday. But if you're a member, we are on tomorrow reading the Aaliyah book. So catch up. The video is up there. The first one, up the first chapter and a half, second half. And there's readings up. There's a reading on Aaliyah with R. Kelly as well as Joycelyn. So catch up on all of that and join us tomorrow. And also for the after party, we're gonna do some after dark talk. I can't do it tonight though, but we will be doing that too. Member channel going up. Yeah. Any last words, y'all?
We love y'all. Peace. Make sure you come back for that recap. You're only getting it here at Goddess Speaks. Truth, justice, love, protection, blessings to all y'all warriors.
And above Joseph, that would be a hell no. R. Kelly ain't invited to the after party. You know how he do. He ain't trying to leave out of there soaking wet with piss and defiled and all of that. But yeah, nice try. But you need to join. I don't see your member badge, so don't be trying to invite R. Kelly if you're not gonna be there. We at least need somebody there to help protect us. Jeez. All right, y'all. Much love. Till next time.